Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever looking down at my beautiful city of Neuve Revergrad, the city that is coming together. And I have used my superhuman powers of time pausation in order to show you guys something real quick. Over here, we've been building, and this went extremely well. Now, I was babysitting it, and a few times, not too often, but I canceled. I was babysitting other things, but if the opportunity presented itself, I would cancel a construction project and then reassign them so that they would accidentally, or they would not accidentally, but deliberately, they would go back to their plant all the way over, or the construction office, and then I would reassign them and it would save a little bit of time, right? But the reason I paused it, let's go over to railroad mode, and I want to just open up the signaling thing so you guys can see the green arrows. I want to show you the benefit of the chain signals. This crop train is waiting on this line. Now it's blue, right? He could go this way or go straight ahead. But there's another chain signal, so it's double chain signals, right? There and there. So the double chain signal is blocked by this red signal. Now if we play time again, I only had it paused just to make sure. There is a construction crane that's going backwards to, and he'll complete this last little section you can see right here, the yellow one there. And it's only, yeah, there he goes. So see, now once he gets free, the chain signal flows and lets this guy come through. Now, of course, it may not be ideal when there's not trains coming the other way, but at this point, it's not too bad, right? So, you know, I'll put a chain signal into this massive intersection, and same thing here, right? Because this guy will be able to get back once he gets done, and then we should make this a regular one way this way, right? And then we could come over here. Oh, geez, and we can get rid of these tracks extremely carefully. Oops. Right, hopefully this doesn't crash the game. It doesn't like my crisscrosses, but they have made improvements. There we go. So we get rid of that, and we can get rid of, well, we can just make these regular signals now, right? And then get rid of those. There you go. Does that make sense? So now we just have it back to regular signaling. Oh, what happened? I saw a question mark. Really? Yeah, sometimes when you change the signaling on them, yeah, I think he just had a brief question mark to question. But there you go. So now this functions just as well, right? If anybody's in either one of these two sections, these guys will wait because I know that they want to come straight forward over to here. So this is why I'm building so many tracks, is to try to control things like this. But at the same time, if somebody's just going this way and is in this intersection, I don't want them stopping this intersection, so this works out. Now, the other problem I have is when I had signals here, which would be better, the trains were too long, right? So they were causing that signal problem where they would stop here and their butt would stick out into here. So I had to stop. Oh, come on, buddy. I had to stop. Well, he went away, but I had to stop those corn trains. That would be even a worse problem when I make those corn trains even longer, which we might do, not necessarily this episode, but I might do it at some point in the future. But there we go. Now this guy had a train come, the other guy when he was finishing his track had trains coming around here. Like I knew there was a train that was looking, I don't know if you guys watched the last episode, but if you did, there was a train in here with the question mark symbol because he was going to sell off the rest of his. I told him to go to Molna up there. There you go. And I knew this guy was coming behind him, so I switched this signal to one way, which forced my other rail guy, who I can't just delete, right? Because he doesn't have an assignment. Like, they only go back there when they have an assignment. So, yeah. I hope that makes sense. So now we could get this to go that way and this to go this way. And then I was looking at this. I don't know if it's going to cause any problems, but I don't think it will, to delete these tracks. Well, now you know what? I don't want to delete them because I want to electrify that other track, but no, I would electrify that other track, I think, by cutting this guy off. Yeah, I think I would try to see if I can, in the future, can I force, because I need to electrify from all the way down here. So I would question whether I can force most of the trains onto this track or just hope for the best and see what happens. So yeah, you know what? I think I am going to delete this from, like, say here to there. Oops, what happened? No, you don't like that. How about from here? All right, and then from there. You gotta be very careful. Yeah, let's go from here to there. All right, now that's a little bit wonky there, but I hope that's not a problem. I don't know what's going on there 100% with the. I guess I got a little bit of. You know what? I think I'm just gonna fix this. Okay, well, yeah, you know what? Let's just. I don't like the way that looks, and not that I'm not worried about it, but I mean that in the. I mean that in the sense of I'm afraid that's going to cause a problem, not the aesthetics. All right, so let's commit to that, and I'm just going to come in here and manually. Yeah, we got way more rubles, which is probably really the main. I don't know, not the main topic of the video, but for those of you who've watched, it's about 2 months later, and I now have 22 million. So that if you've watched the last 3 episodes, or the last 2, including this one, 3, you'll know that we were down to like 500,000 or 800,000, and now we're up to 22. So those little economic tweaks that we made to make sure things were going pretty well, you know, definitely will help. Now this guy is doing what? He's a food train. And so now what's happening is, yeah, our corn train should go over to Molna and start exporting at least some of that corn so that we can keep an eye on it. Because I was thinking that we might even take, and I think we might even do it. I don't want to cause problems, of course, up here. But at the same time, I don't know that they're going to export enough. So what I'm thinking of doing, and can a train do 2 of these? That would have been smart on my part. Like, can they... No, they can't really go from one to the next. Like, they have to do one at a time. So what I'm thinking of is there any issue at all? I mean, I held them up for quite a while, right? So there's a problem that they're not in their normal flow. What I'm debating is, do I put another train with the same... Or do I just try to get... Why don't we get another... Then the other thing is, now, you know what we should do? Two things. Well, no, I think I want to send, even though we're a little bit behind, we still have plenty of, I guess the best, I'm going to send them back to a depot. And I should probably wait, yeah, until they can... Is this the other? No, that's the food train. Like, I should probably wait till this guy makes his next round, because then he can come. Can he come in there? Yeah, this is all two-way signaling, so he should be able to go in either which way, right? And I'd rather... you know what? Yeah, forget it. We're just going to have him go to the depot. Am I out thinking myself? Now, I'm curious, too. Was this the other? Yeah, you know what? Go to the... no, you're going to have a hard time. Let's let him go turn around. Once he gets down here, we'll send him off to the depot. And I want to maximize out their length. So I want to add... Since we have some bucks, I want to add some more of these blue cars. The closed cars, whatever you call them. But I need to wait till he gets to here because once he fills up and turn around. But it's also, I'm kind of curious, if we add cars, does it keep track that they have the corn in there? And let's also, once we, not this, resources. So let's see. Crops is at 51 in buildings. Yeah, total amount's about the same, just because. So the question is, if we just let the map run, I'm going to try to remember here. I'll even write it down. 51 crop. So, well, I could say K crop, K 1,000. So once this guy gets filled up and turns around, we'll get him to go back to the depot. And then I'm curious to see if he, yeah, go to the depot. You can't go to the depot. Okay. Well, you know what? Yeah, stop. Same problem here. Go. So we're gonna have to wait a minute, and yeah, you can go to the depot. I'm sure you have a path, right? Yeah, that's a two-way signal. So we got this electrified. Now the other problem we had, I just want to check while we're waiting. Let's close this big screen, and we could probably shrink these down temporarily at least. Well, I'll shrink that one, because we'll know he'll go to the depot and wait the other one. Now, one of the problems we had was getting... Yeah, no, we still can't. I couldn't send the food trains to here because we didn't have electrified track the whole way, which we still don't. So I have 2 food trains, but the one is kind of just... Well, it's not kind of. It's definitely going to just this one food thing. So I think... we have to be a little bit patient until we build. We're in the process of building. Look, I got the roads paved over here. We need to get railroad tracks, keep them moving. This is one of the reasons for... I may pause it, do these... Not pause it, but keep the game running, but take a break, pause the recording, and get all of these railroad tracks done, because then... what we could do is come back and do some other things around the map, and then I don't have to worry about assigning these guys. So this guy's going to come in on this track, and I just know from having done it 10 times, we're going to send this guy in on the opposite track, so they shouldn't interfere. But I did notice, for whatever reason, I mean, this, oh, it might have even been this one, was very determined to get onto this track to the point that he came in and went through here to get onto this track when he was unable to go the other way. Now, one of the things I tried to do, which doesn't seem to be working too well, is change the signals into here, and he's very determined. Well, that's right, he goes down to here. That's why that's not working for him. But I did, let me just show you the signaling thing, just to try to keep them from going onto this track from this way, which should cut down on some of the problems. But there you go. See, I got one way going towards me, and then here I've got one way going in. So there should be no way that a train can go onto that bridge, right? There's no signaling to get them in there. So good. Which forces like this guy not to go, even if he could, he's not going to go on this track over here, which hopefully will cut down on the number of times that trains go on this track and mess up my railroad guys. So this guy, he is moving again. So let's go, you zap him over, and then we'll send him to the depot. Yep, there goes this guy getting in. Very good. And you go back to the depot too. Oops, didn't necessarily mean to close him. Let's let him get in. Man, other than that, I didn't do too much between the episodes besides maybe just assign more buildings. And because I really don't want any more people, and we'll go over our education issue maybe by the end of this episode, just give it some more time to resolve itself. If you guys have been following along with the educational problems, we'll take a look. I haven't even looked myself, so I can give an honest evaluation and response, and we'll see what's happening. I did, I think, move a few more people around here or there, but okay. So do we have, Yeah, you can't really tell if he has food in there, but let's go ahead and cargo wagon, boxcar. Oh, we got more. Are they bigger boxcars? No, 55 tons of crops. No, this is the biggest. So let's sixify him and see how this works out. All right, so this is this one, I believe. And no, I don't. Well, yeah, let's just hit start. But then go to here next, right? You shouldn't have a problem getting over there, I don't think. And hopefully we don't have... Yeah, the other train's not in here yet, so that's good. That's fine. But are they going to have a conflict? No. No, this guy will make it to this point and clear before the other guy. So there we go. So this should maximize out the amount of crops. Now the only thing I'm really concerned about is the longer train going to cause us problems? Oh, we have another one. Okay. Good. We'll take advantage of that. I should have probably looked. I shouldn't sound so surprised. Now how many, if we come here... Okay. How many if we come here? Just one. Okay. Why is it? A little confused. Well, what is this guy? And, okay, where are you? Revergrad. Oh, you were the... You weren't one of the ones coming here. So this guy needs to come back to the depot. Hopefully we won't cause a conflict in a minute, right? Okay, so this guy is going to Revergrad. This is the one that provides crops for the fabric factory. So we will hope for the best for him. I don't mind that we sixified him, if that's a term. It is now, because I just made it up. What are you? You're food. Okay. And I don't necessarily want to make you bigger. So let's come over here. Cargo wagon. There we go. Can we move more on? Oh, we can sevenify them. Oh, okay. We can't eightify them. Okay. Well, let's... I'm okay with that. I hope that doesn't cause problems, but I'm okay with it. And so go ahead and start. And yep, you have some crops in you, so go over to the train station first, or the drop-off train depot. And then we already have one built when this guy gets in. So that should, this is all, I guess, in a continuation of the last episode where we were looking at our economy and trying to maximize it. Now, I'm a little concerned our dollars are going down. Is that because we have, it doesn't take much of a jam up, is sort of the point I was trying to make in the last few episodes. Yeah, I don't see anybody jammed up here, which is good. Doesn't mean they're not jammed up in other places. But remember, we did hurt our corn flow. So I don't know if that's having an impact or not, but there we go. He's pulling in. You take that one, and we'll put 7 on this guy. And I kind of like the way this worked out. Yeah. Mostly to say, because these two are the ones that are just, they're not going all the way across the map, right? They're the ones that come in here. Now the question is, yeah, I think it's fine if they drop off here, the other one. It's all good. We just want to get... My thought is, well, that other train, why is he coming up here and then going all the way to Revergrad? I don't know if I care. I guess it's fine if he just makes sure one of the bakeries is topped off. As long as we have enough crops down the other end. So let's start this guy, and then... He doesn't have any crops, so we want him to go to field ski first, correct? Good, so there you go. So we should now have, at least within reason, we should be maximizing out are one other thing that we're making too much of. And it's just because we have all these fields and farms and we're just not really using that much with our limited vodka. We could probably take a look here and say we're pretty much jammed up here, but I plan on building more vodka things, and maybe in the near future, right? That might be a good, now that we've got most of the pollution issue over here taken care of, it might be one of the quicker and easy things to do. And I think steel is recovered, so that's the other reason. Yeah, so why not get them working on some of this? Yeah, I think that's, there should be, yeah, there's no connection here to here, is there? Yeah, I think that hopefully the train station doesn't burn down. That's all I can say. And if it does, I'll auto rebuild it. Yeah, yeah, there should be a connection here. Yeah, with the connections the way I have them, there's no way to get in there. No, we could get in there this way, potentially, couldn't we? I'll show you what I mean. Can we get... No, we can't get out there either. Never mind. Because this is all the same. Yeah, so we just need to delete this road. Or at least a good chunk of it. And I'll leave it there even though it's ugly. Just as a reminder that it's not connected. And then, yeah, this needs to go to here. And that needs to go to there. And then we can assign that and that. Yeah, so we can maybe fire up another vodka thing, and we can upgrade that at some point in the near future, because if we can export some more vodka, all the better. We do actually plan on making this the best economy ever as far as size and efficiency and so let's see. Good, there goes bitumen, I bet. Yep, a truckload of bitumen. So you can see we have 313 of 480. So we're dropping off, if that's a fair estimate, I don't know if it is. We're only using about a quarter of our, maybe a third of our bitumen. And we're exporting the rest, so we should see another good shot in our money. Oh yeah, it did drop down a fair amount, didn't it? Let's go look for train catastrophes. Yes. Well, I don't know if it was that accurate. This is a problem. And the problem is, can I send this guy? Yeah, I might be able to send him back because he's, yeah, you know what? Send him back to the depot. Otherwise, I have to sell and buy this. So let's flip him around. It's his own fault for going on this track. But this guy doesn't have an assignment, so I can't cancel his assignment and get him back there. There's only assignments to go back to the thing. So sometimes you end up repurchasing these things for that reason. So where is the other? Did I see the other one heading out? No, probably not. That would be the other problem, right? No, he's heading back. All right, so do we have nothing assigned here? No, we don't. And probably just want to delay until that guy gets moving. No, I think we'll be okay. But I just want to make sure he's back onto the right side of the track going the wrong way. Well, we have to wait for this guy too. Or we could send another guy in on the opposite way right now, right? Which would be the left-hand track, which would be coming into here. Yeah, you can start heading out to do that, and then this one, yeah, this guy will just go back, do nothing, flip around, and come back out. But by that time, this guy should be cleared. This guy who's coming out now, or he's just going back in too, which is kind of good. Yeah, so really I could probably get away with assigning something on the right-hand track, right? Which would be to come in this way, maybe come around here, and work on that one. So we are getting there when it comes to all of this. Now, I think this guy may be done. Yes. And I wanted to just sort of focus. So if this guy being done, we could almost talk about... No, we need to get these tracks done, but we can make sure all of this stuff is getting built. Right, we got that. We get that. Yeah, I think we got... Because this will be the regular supply, which is good because it'll all be electrified and I can take 2 food trains in and out of here because we can, and then we'll be able to delete this over here. I can get, it won't be any worse, I don't think, to get our meat over to here, right? We'll have a new meat thing. We'll have a new regular open, well, we'll have 3 of them, but we'll be able to put like 1 dedicated to food. Then we can have 2 of those food trains coming down to here instead of just the 1, because how are we doing here? Yeah, see, we're out of food at this point. So I'm remembering now, not that I forgot, but if you guys are diligent watchers of the series, you'll know when I first fired up our bakeries over here, I bought an electric train. Is this the... No, that's the regular fueled one. And that's a cargo one anyway. But I bought a regular train and it can't get over there, so, as I said earlier. So now this will let us get over there, so we'll be able to get 2 trains of food. It'll just be a little bit longer drive for them, but it'll be a little shorter drive for them. So we'll keep diligently working on this because we're getting so close. Good. I'm happy with that. And we're ramping up our production, even though our dollars, yeah, we might want to switch from dollars pretty soon to rubles with our extra steel making. And how are we doing over here? This guy has been doing nothing, which is one of the reasons we have more steel. There's no real railroad tracks, which is what I want to talk about if I stop fuddling around on the map, right? I just want to make sure everybody's busy-ish with different various assignments. Yeah, so is there no... Let me switch to electrical mode. Yeah, no, there's nothing attached here. But I do have a problem. Yeah, that goes to there. So we can... Yeah, let's move this over. We can assign this now. And I think... Yeah, we can assign that. I think there's another one. No. Okay. Yeah, that I have to build 2 roads. But what I'm not seeing is, did I have an electrical line? Now this one goes over to here. Oh, we can assign this one just so I don't forget it. But I don't see any electrical line. And I don't remember deleting the whole thing. I don't see any other electrical line that would go over there. Unless we had a switch or something that I'm missing. I don't really... Was there a switch here? No, that's just... Yeah. I think... Are you guys following what I'm trying to see? Is that... Is there an electrical line that we detached when we went and did this whole new planning? Speaking of which, yeah, start working on, oops, doesn't connect. Yeah, we did assign him to that. Now how about, yeah, do that too. Or at least help out. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to run a new line. That building in the way. Okay, get past that building. And then I guess it would have to come out of here, right? Too sharp an angle? Okay, we can live with that. And I can cross over conveyors as long as I do it. Yeah, let's go out to like here. Yeah, let's come over to like, oh, is there a building? Yeah, I want to look out for where stuff's at, right? You know what, we can get to here. I'm okay with that. Right? Very good. Now, I know I'm giving this guy too much to do, but yeah, I kept complaining about the little dots, and they taught me a lesson, didn't they? There's not even any little dots right there. You just have to hunt and peck until you find where the... Now, I'm wondering if that... The encouraging thing, in all honesty, is that somebody did something to it. Now, whether what they did didn't work, and I'm on the test version, so hopefully we will see that it was just a failed attempt, but they were intending to make it better, but just happened to make it worse. Certainly willing to give these guys the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that. So I have a feeling you might be at issue with each other. Oh, yes, you are. Yeah, we'll cancel this one. And I'm not sure that that's actually going to free up the mess. Yes, it will. Okay, so I kind of know what I did there. And I got a little over ambitious with my assigning, which would have worked if we only had 2 trains in there. So this guy's on this left-hand track. Is there anything else to do? Yeah, this is the right-hand track. Yeah, we can't assign 4. And that's why I don't like the auto search, especially when it comes to the trains. I think the auto search works fine with the regular construction office, but if you try to put 4 trains and that's auto searching, it just does nothing but jam up. Now, you could just put 2 trains in there. It would be kind of nice if you could leave the trains in and like decommission them, but I'm not going to worry about that. And let's just see, is this guy, how is he doing? And we're working our way over, hopefully to where we won't have too many problems. But let me go and finish those tracks. You guys have seen what I'm doing. Oh, good. We got another. This guy's been working on roads, and I have him working on this bridge. Oh, good. He got that done. I don't know if it was quickly, but I'll keep him working. Yeah, we can get them. Yeah, very good. We're getting the roads in here done. Once the roads and the rail gets done, these things seem to leap forward. It's just because I have to babysit. Well, not so much the roads. I could probably put it on auto search, but like this, what I'm doing now, they won't auto search this far. So it's still a matter of babysitting at some points. There we go. And then we'll. Yeah, so I think that's the only roads over here. This is all done, which is good because if this guy ever gets mechanical components, I wanted to let that run forward. So when that gets done, these other assignments, but we don't have any mechanical components, and I checked what I think is a while ago. Yeah, close that. This one, yeah, this guy, he's not making it here. See, he's going to Itupafalu, but he's already given up 8 of the 10. So I think we need another mechanical components truck. And do we have anybody? What does this guy do? Oh, that's the construction office. No, don't take them out of no. Mechanical components is covered haul, so we're just going to buy one over here. It's not that much money for us. And then we're just going to have him take mechanical components to covered haul. So you're going to go from here, which is our mechanical components warehouse, to here and wait. even though that's probably not the most efficient use of your time in some ways. I do plan on using quite a few, and then maybe what we can do is take him and have him go to future locations, right? All right, so the other thing I think I want to do, start out, I like to forget to start them out, is delete this stop from this guy. So this guy will just go to those two places, which he seems to barely be keeping up with, at least for the moment. One of the problems with this is that it's construction based, so it's not always really necessary. So, but I don't want to slow this down. I want to keep this going. And if a truck makes a few extra loops, it's not going to kill us. One day we'll get to perfect efficiency, but now is not the time for that. So good. That should get this construction over here picked back up, because it's been too long with them trying to build this stuff. And that's no good. And I guess what's happening is I've been building a little more of our steel mill and stuff here. So that's, when you're talking about, mechanical components on this, it's 32 of them. And if that guy's only carrying 8, it's just not enough. And then all these conveyors here needed and so forth and so on. So we'll increase the flow of those slightly, which won't hurt. All right, now let me pause it so that I can just get these electrical tracks done, which really won't take too long. Right, and exactly this kind of problem. So if I can say this is a bummer, because now I have to cancel the one job. I guess I sent them on the wrong track after all my figuring anyway. Either that, or now that they can drive through these buildings, so sometimes they don't go quite the way you would expect them to go at that point. So this guy's coming back on I'll call it the right-hand track here. I want to assign something over here, like that one again, which is probably the one that just got conflicted. Oh, that's what it is. I tried to get him on the other track, but he decided to go through, right? That's just one track. So he decided to come in here instead of going the long way around. So if I need to find one that, like this, he's got to go around the long way to get to this track, and then he'll complete both. Yeah, and once I give him a little bit of time, well, you guys get the idea. It's a lot of micromanaging, but yeah. Okay, well, let me get all the electrical track finished, which really won't take as long as you might think. It's June 6th, so I'll just keep babysitting this for a few minutes and other things, but just make sure this gets done. And then I can focus in on a little bit of designing and a little bit of rough laying out that I want to do. And I'll get into that in a minute. See you soon. Okay, I had some jam ups and tried to prepare for a little bit of the end of the episode, so I didn't get quite as much done here as I hoped. I'm working on this track and these, but we're getting there, right? There's not too many of these yellow track markers left, though I think it'll be a little more time consuming than I actually have real life time for the day. So I need to get some other things done today, including the live stream. Tomorrow I'm very busy, so I won't be able to record an episode, so I'm recording this a day early. Not that it matters too much to you guys, but what I came down here and did, or was trying to do when I had all those jam ups, was I leveled out some of this mountain, because I definitely want to get a quarry going over here, and I'd like to talk to you guys about the plan. Now, unfortunately, I can't level any further this way until I get some kind of a construction depot or road. So what I'm thinking of is just right off of here, we design another road, and I don't see why it couldn't be an asphalt road, right? We'll come right off the bottom of the bridge for now. And I want to head over this way. Now, I don't want to jam up where we would have tracks too much, right? So it would be possible to get a track maybe right through here, or they can get bunched up here a little bit, but that means I'd want to take them. Yeah, you know what? Let's get this building's just really a placeholder. Let's get rid of that for a second, and just sort of parallel and stay up towards. This won't hurt for for a lot of reasons, right? Yeah, we'll even keep it further away, like there. Right, that should give plenty of passing tracks. Now we'll need to get a track in and out of here, but again, this is just sort of talking about the space available, and it's not like we couldn't extend over this way more. Even if it's not up at that height, I could lower it down. But I can't go any further over here because of construction reasons. So what I'm thinking of doing is just putting, oops, I missed, putting a little road off this way. Again, these are space holders. And let's come over and see if I can't, did I go too close to the edge? Construction office. Yeah, too close to the edge there. And that'll fit right in. I can't see, did I put a road? Yes, very good. And then now the other thing I probably could have done while I was over here is where is it? They got me all messed up. They rearranged with these trolley stops, which we will talk about at some point. I'm on the test mode, so if you don't have that, don't panic. Oh, there's the gas station all the way over here now. But we have this trolley stuff, which we will talk about and most likely do at some point. There we go. Yeah, we can fit him in. A little tiny bit of leveling. Did I get it? Game save. Good old game save. So there we go. So that automatically said complete those roads, but that's okay. So we now have a plan for just being able to level and work into this area. And then if we come over to here, which will be in some ways the other end of that track, where we'll go, we have a plan for maybe putting cement and prefabs here. And there's a reason for that, just to fill you guys in. These, when we put, I'm going to make basically, if you've played Factorio, like a bus of coal. So here's where the coal will come into the steel mills. Well, they'll be able to come back out and around and back out here. So eventually we'll have like double tracks that this is just a loop around, not temporarily, but it gives the trains that are coming here, they're going to come this way and be able to, or whichever way they come, they'll be able to loop back and around and come back into here. So this will be a continuation of that coal loop, right? Depending on how it works out, we'll put trains here, there, or everywhere. And so we'll need a track that comes down this way, but it could take that excess coal to prefabs and cement, which both need coal. And at the same time, all of that will tie into another coal mine that'll be over to here, and then we'll put some bricks over here. But that's sort of definitely getting way ahead. The most logical and I think next thing to do is I came in here and we have, a couple different, well, mostly I think it's this one, but we can come in here and say, okay, how far can we level? And it's right about in this area, right? If I come to here, I can't do it, right? If I come to here, I can. If I come to here, I can't. So what I'd like to do, even though, and this might even be more temporary, but it does make sense to me at some point that we would put a road in here, but I'm not going to put an asphalt road because I'm almost certainly going to need a bridge at some point to get the road and the railroad tracks past. And all I want to do today is get the gravel road, which we can always upgrade, right? Just down to, I don't know, it's probably not going to be real level right there. Can we flatten that a little bit? Yeah. So eventually we'll replace this with something more permanent, but I'm hoping, since we can level in this area, I'll put it right on the road and sort of push it into the mountain because I think that our distribution area will be mostly behind us. Yeah, leveling can take a while. Let's see, can we go up the hill a little bit? I don't want to go down the hill too much because, yeah, that should be certainly enough to get, well, let's do this first. Let's go, I think it would be better to do the construction one first because it's a little bit fatter and I think I made a little extra room over here. Yeah. All right, and then we could go back to the road. And then we could talk about a gas station. Try to get it to be Come on, turn yellow. I saw you, yellow. What happened? There we go. You know, maybe not ideal, but we can almost look at those as temporary. So now this guy should auto find that, I think. Yeah, there he goes. I bet you that's that one right there. Distribution 2. So there we go. So I just wanted to show you that little bit of construction plan. And then over in here is where I would think about distribution 2. Now the main job of distribution 2 is going to be, this is actually where most of Revergrad will eventually get its food, right? So compared to, not food, but all the stuff, like a distribution area like this one is. So I think that's going to be quite a bit closer, which also didn't break my heart when I started cutting through here, though I really cut through here for leveling purposes. And I'm not sure that I shouldn't, just to be fair to the game, maybe make a tunnel. But the fact is that we could go through here at some point to get connected to this. Does that make sense? But we'll see. It's a little bit further down the road. All right, so let's finish up the episode. So I hope you guys get the idea there. We'll push our construction offices forward, which is not a massive project, but I did want to share that with you. I think we might end up needing, well, we're definitely going to need one over here, and it might end up needing one over here. Yeah, almost certainly. So we'll probably plan on another one back here at some point in the near future. And then we can get across the roads or the river here. And then we'll want to probably have another crossing over here where we can get the construction people from here over to here. So this is the sort of the long-term plan, but might as well move forward on it a little bit since it takes so long to push those construction offices forward. So I guess what I want to do, now I don't want to take these guys off of building these roads. If they're building roads, then I just want them just focus on this. Let's get this construction going first before we, good, that's the last little bit of, almost last little bits of road here. Yeah, we're still working on that. Yeah, that's a bit of a strange thing I did there, isn't it? Okay, we might get rid of that road. It's not breaking my heart as a construction road, but then I probably should have just done a dirt road there, right? Okay, well, we'll just ignore that. We'll blame that on some random engineer in our town. So let's come here and get this guy helping out with whatever and everything. Then I want to go take a look at our, okay, get out of my way, building. And where was the other? Yeah, here and here. There you go. Good. So they should help out. I think these guys are still busy, right? Oh, they got done. Good. They must have some mechanical components, right? So what do we want to do next? This fuel thing is really not my high priority. It's more, and that's a fuel thing. I still can't get into this. I can get to that. And I can't get to that. I still can't get to all the real construction things that I want to get. Oh, I can get to this, though. Okay, good. All right, so that gives him a few more. That'll keep him busy for a period of time. All right, we're down to $5 million, which is kind of okay with me considering that we were at $25 million. So let's just real quick come here and switch this over to could I just hit that? Oh yeah, I didn't even have to change. I never noticed that. If you want to change, just hit the dollars. You don't have to change. It's already whatever. There you go. So now we're going to get rid of some of our rubles, balance out our dollar. So we're still we're not flush with cash, but we're obviously on the up, and that's good enough. We're exporting more than we're importing, so we're staying ahead. We're making steel. How are we doing over here? Very good. I've got this bus stop is done, so we'll be able to get the busing over to this side. We probably need to think about some footpaths for that busing. I'm getting distracted. Can I get... Yeah, I can get to there, but I don't... Oh, yeah, look. Okay. I mean, that's going to be better than... Well... Yeah, I don't know that... I think the bigger deal will be to get them... The reason I'm more happy... Well, could we come out the back or should we come out the front? Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't think it hurts the walking paths. Yeah, can we get out of here? Yes, good. There you go. Right. And yeah, for future, can we get... No. All right, this one will have to come out the back. Can we go past there? No. Come to here and here. And then cut over. Hold on. Can I get past here? Yes. That's a little bit goofy, but yeah, definitely distracted from what I wanted to talk about. Right, there we go. Oop, let's get rid of this one. All right, commit to those, and then we can work on them. Can't get to that. Yeah, that's just not going to hurt to have those. Yeah, so I guess we should even consider that. All right, that's enough. All right, let's go take a look at our education. The grand topic. And let's see if... I did take a peek, and I think I'm right, but we'll take another look. It's been another maybe month. So we started this episode in March, just to give you an idea. So we're, what, 5 months later? And if you look, we have one 31-year-old, so we're almost completely caught up here. And as a general statement, there's less people waiting in the schoolyard, and we only have 6 staff, which is... I wish we had a few more, and that might just be timing. But we're not as bad off as we were, especially considering, look, these are all children, where before they were a mix of children and most 18 to 21-year-olds, so we're definitely getting ahead. Then if we come over here, look, this one's good to go. So, you know, with a little bit better balancing, I guess you could assign students over to here, but we're really, if you notice, we're getting caught up, and I haven't built that third building. Now, I know I did a little bit of shuffling, but I haven't done any shuffling since this episode started, and even really not much since the last episode. And then if we come over to here, the other school problem, over here, it's gone. We're just educating regular students over here. You know, I did a few things to speed up the process, but I believe firmly that this would have happened. Oh, look, we do have couple non-educated, but the point is that we're educating people as fast as we need to, right? And then if we come over to this school, I didn't do anything with extra busing or anything like that. And if we come here, we have people waiting to go into school, but that's because we turned down our number of professors. So without messing up the school too much, let's give it another shot of professors. And over time, they're going to educate more and more people in town, and then it won't be an issue for getting enough professors. Probably not even right now. This is the place. We only have 99, so it has dropped. So I don't want to... It's probably good maybe that we made that little adjustment. So we'll get more and more people, and it'll be its own thing. Now, the only other one that I do question if we have enough is over here. And this one, the reason I don't know if we have enough, we're holding our own, right? We're not doing great. But again, staff is almost a bigger problem over here at this moment than the teachers are. So we'll see. Keep an eye on this. But notice that we don't have, I'm not overly concerned because we don't have any adult-looking people at all, right? So this could definitely be improved. And I think one of the reasons is it's definitely less efficient with workers to get them on the train versus when they can just walk to the stores. And the reason I say that in particular is when you're trying to fix and you're moving people around, I think it kind of resets them to like need their needs again. So when we shuffle these people left, right, and center, it sort of causes problems with the fact that they now need to go get their needs. So it takes a month or two or whatever period of time for them to get to the bus and or whatever. They just need to get all their needs met before they start teaching in the school, when you really start seeing the impact of them. Now, how are we doing on these other? Yeah, see, we're doing fine here, and we're doing fine here. Now, the thing to watch out for is, it's been a while since I looked over here, and this is what gets me into trouble. Now, we're still good, and we have 54 people, so that's not too bad. 54 educated. And now that we have so many universities, sorry, I thought I saw a train. See, we only have 58 people in here, but now that we have so many universities, what I'll spend more time doing is this. Like, I'm not worried about the efficiency of Lumbrisca. We got more than enough lumber. Is we can even further ramp it up, and I won't do too much of this on camera. You know, just getting in here and, now, is that because these guys are full? Yeah, this one's full. Full. Yep, they're full. Okay. Which is fine. How are we doing here? Yes. So we're not really having enough professors. We have plenty of staff, not enough professors. So we did increase our busing, and oh, you know what, we can, yeah, we should probably, I'd like to get this little footpath done. And that guy's taking forever over there. He's got a lot of assignments for roads. So let's just because we can, maybe this will give the little extra impetus. Where is it? Now I'm lost and I can't see because I got too many screens open here. Yeah, let's get that completed. There we go. Okay, so in other words, all the, all the hubbubaloo in a sense, and it wasn't that big a deal, just the issue with this is really pretty much gone away. There's a little, couple people that are over 18 that didn't get educated here, but they will. That'll be all cleared up. And then this one, which was probably one of our bigger issues. How are we doing on our, see, we got pretty much maxed out our university. We got plenty of professors. We should be in good shape. And now that we're making so many educated, heck, I can come over and really, it would be easier to micromanage these, where we'll just have more and more educated. And eventually, I don't know. It would be nice to have a university here, but I just don't see where it would fit. It's just, I just didn't plan on it, and I could have pushed this back up and further, and coulda. I guess I could put one over here, but we'll see. I'll have a lot less micromanaging than I did, so I'm not unhappy with that. How's that sound? And there we go. So I think we're, the little catastrophes and the issues that we had last time, how are we doing over here? And then we'll leave. Are largely completed. I really have been fighting with these two during that little break, trying to figure out which way, because they decide like different ways to go to places. So it sort of depends on if he decides. He's going to decide to go around and out here because he can't get in this way. So he's going to want to come. Yeah, no, he can't come this way, right? He's got to come around and go in that way because he can't switch here. Yeah, so that means he'll be on this outside one. Is there any? Yeah, you know what? I could assign this guy to do that one because he should be coming in on the other track. Good. So there you go. So definitely before the next episode, I will complete all of these rails in here, and I will keep as it makes sense. Yeah, look, we don't have any construction assigned there, which is good. That means we got, I think I had signed him to these. Let's assign one that is not being worked on. All right, we'll get some of the piping going. Yeah, once we get the rails done, I think we are pretty much good to go on getting construction supplies in here. Are we good to go on this? Yeah, we're all done. We're all done that. So it's really, this is the only one that needs to be worked on. I'll give you another one. And this was the guy I was having help them. Yeah, they still have some assignments, but why not get them a few more as well, right? Oh, doesn't connect. All right, I'll worry about that later. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.